My fiancée said, "You're replaceable. Never forget that." When I questioned her loyalty, I said, "Good reminder." Then I replaced myself in a way that destroyed her ego. Her jaw dropped when she saw I, 32 male, was reviewing our wedding vendor contracts when I noticed something odd. My fiancée Bianca, 29, had changed the catering deposit from our wedding account to her personal card. Weird, but whatever. Maybe she got points or something. Then I saw the venue charge. Same thing. DJ deposit, her card. Photographer, her card. We'd opened that wedding account together specifically for wedding expenses. I'd deposited $15K. She'd deposited promises to add her half after her bonus came in. "Hey, why'd you move all the vendor charges to your card?" Not looking up from her phone. Just easier to track. But that's why we have the wedding account. Don't worry about it. I am worried. That's $8,000 in deposits on your personal card. She finally looked up. That expression I'd learned meant incoming condescension. "God, Spencer, do you have to question everything? I'm handling it." Me? "With what money? Your bonus hasn't come in." "It will." Me? "You've been saying that for 6 months. She stood up, crossed her arms. Power pose. "What are you implying?" "I'm not implying anything. I'm asking why our wedding money is being charged to your personal card." Maybe because I want the points? Maybe because I'm better at managing money? Maybe because I don't trust you not to spend it on computer parts? I built one PC 3 years ago. Whatever. The money's handled. Something felt wrong, really wrong. Me, show me your card statement. Excuse me? If the wedding expenses are on there, show me. We're getting married in 4 months. This is both our business, she laughed. Not a happy laugh, the laugh that meant I'd crossed a line. You want to audit me? Your fiancé? Me? I want transparency about our wedding funds. How dare you question my loyalty after everything I do for you? What do you do for me? Wrong question. Nuclear wrong. I elevated you. You were nobody when we met. Boring job, boring friends, boring life. I made you interesting. By spending my money? She stepped closer. That thing where she tried to use her heels to intimidate me. You know what, Spencer? You're replaceable. Never forget that. I could have any man I want. Better men. Men who don't question every little thing like insecure children. Then why are you marrying me? Because I chose you. And you should be grateful. Grateful for what? Using my wedding savings for God knows what. You're so paranoid. This is why I handle things. You overthink everything. Me. Just show me the statement. No, if you can't trust me, we have bigger problems. We do, if you're hiding something. She grabbed her purse, headed for the door. I'm staying at Natasha's tonight. When you're ready to apologize for questioning my loyalty, call me. At the door. Remember, Spencer, you're replaceable. I'm not. Never forget that. Door slammed. I sat there processing. Replaceable. Like I was a part in her machine. Logged into our wedding account. Balance, $234. From $15,000 to $234. She hadn't moved the money to her card. She'd spent it. On what? Pulled up her Instagram. Had to check her tagged photos since she'd hidden her stories from me recently. Privacy in relationships is healthy, she'd said. Found it. Pictures from 2 weeks ago. Girls' trip to wine country. Luxury spa. 5-star resort. Her cousin had tagged her. The dates matched major withdrawals. 3 weeks before that, bachelorette party in Miami. Early, but YOLO. The charges lined up. A month before, shopping spree. New wardrobe because a bride needs to look perfect at all events. My wedding savings had funded her lifestyle while she gaslit me about trust. I sat there for an hour, then remembered her words. You're replaceable. Me. Good reminder. Started making calls. Update 1. 1 week later. The dissolution was surgical. First, I called every vendor we'd booked. Good news, since the deposits were on her card and contracts in her name, she'd insisted on handling everything. I wasn't liable. Bad news, we'd lose all deposits if we canceled. Didn't cancel, just removed myself from the equation. Venue coordinator, so you want to remove yourself as the groom? Me, correct. Keep everything else as is. But it's a wedding? She says I'm replaceable. Let her replace me. Next, the apartment. Lease was up in 2 months. I'd been planning to renew, assuming we'd need it until we found a house. Called the landlord. Me, I won't be renewing, just giving you advance notice. What about Bianca? Me, she can apply on her own if she wants it. Based on her income alone, she wouldn't qualify. You know that, right? Not my problem anymore. Then the fun part. See, Bianca worked as an influencer marketing consultant. Translation, she had 3K Instagram followers and occasionally got free products. Her actual income? Maybe $800 a month from one steady client. I'd been covering rent, $2,200, utilities, $300, her car payment at $50, insurance, $200, groceries, $600, her gym membership, $80, her phone, $90. Everything was in my name because her credit was temporarily challenged from her entrepreneurial investments, failed MLMs. I set calendar reminders for when each needed to be canceled or transferred. Day 3, she broke the silence. We need to talk. Okay. In person, 8 p.m. Can't. Busy. Busy with what? Replacing myself. What? You said I was replaceable. I'm helping you out. Stop being childish. Come over. No thanks. She called 43 times. Didn't answer. Day 5, she got crafty. Showed up at my office with lunch. All smiles. Thought you might be hungry. I'm good. Please leave. Spencer, don't be like this. I brought your favorite. From the place across town? That's a 40-minute drive. I wanted to show you I care. About what? Your rent that's due next week? Her smile cracked. Can we talk privately? Me? No, I have work. I'm your fiancée. Ex-fiancée. You can keep the ring though. Consider it severance. She threw the sandwich at me. Security escorted her out. Day 7 brought the real panic. Her cousin Natasha called. Natasha, what did you do? Bianca's freaking out. Me about? She says the wedding account is empty. Has been for weeks. She spent it. On what? Meet your wine country trip. Her Miami weekend. Shopping sprees. Silence. She said you were paying for those as gifts. With my wedding savings. Without telling me. Oh, that's, wow. Yeah. She's calling all the vendors trying to get refunds. Me, good luck with that. They have strict policies. She asked me to loan her money. For? Rent, car payment, said you cut her off without warning. I haven't cut anything yet, just gave notice I won't be renewing or paying next month. She hasn't worked a real job in 2 years. I know. You were paying everything? Yep. While she spent your wedding money? Yep. I'm not loaning her money. Smart choice. Update 2. 3 weeks later, the replacement auditions began in earnest. Bianca pivoted to damage control mode, posted on social media about toxic relationships and knowing your worth. Vague booking at its finest. Sometimes the universe removes people who dim your shine. A queen doesn't chase, she replaces. Thankful for lessons learned and bigger blessings coming. Translation, she was desperately trying to find my replacement before bills came due. Enter contestant 1, Garrett, her ex from college. Investment banker. She'd always mentioned how successful he was. He liked all her posts, slid into DMs with fire emojis. She posted stories from their dinner dates, expensive restaurants, champagne, designer gifts. One problem. My buddy worked at Garrett's firm. Buddy, yo, isn't that your ex with Garrett Chen? Yeah, why? Dude just got fired. SEC investigation. Insider trading allegations. Seriously? His assets are frozen. He's borrowing money for lawyers. So those fancy dinners? Either maxing credit cards or Bianca was paying. With what money? Good question. Contestant 2, Brad, some crypto guy she met at a networking event. Posted constantly about his passive income and financial freedom. She lasted 1 week before discovering financial freedom meant living in his mom's basement, day trading with his grandmother's inheritance. Contestant 3, Miguel, a serial entrepreneur. Red Ferrari in all his photos. Talked about his empire. The Ferrari was a rental. The empire was drop shipping fidget spinners. In 2024. Meanwhile, the bills arrived. Bianca, emergency. Landlord says I don't qualify for apartment alone? That's unfortunate. Bianca, this is your apartment too. Not after next month. Where am I supposed to live? That's a you problem. You're really going to make me homeless? I'm moving out of an apartment I've been paying for entirely. What you do is your choice. She tried emotional manipulation. Remember when we picked this place? You said it was perfect for us. It was perfect when us meant partnership, not me funding your lifestyle. then practical desperation. I'll pay you back for the wedding money. With what? My business is taking off. You're one client? I have 3 now. At $300 each, that's $900. Rent is $2,200. You're such an accountant about everything. I'm an engineer, but math is math. Finally, threats. I'll tell everyone you abandoned me. You already did. How's that working out? I'll sue you for the wedding deposits. They're in your name, on your cards. Good luck. I'll ruin your reputation. With who? Your 3K bot followers? The extinction burst peaked when she showed up with a U-Haul. I'm taking my furniture. What furniture? The couch, the TV, the bedroom set. That I bought with my credit card, have receipts for? I picked them out. And I paid. They're mine. She tried to push past me. I showed her the receipts on my phone. Those were gifts. No, they were purchases for my apartment. She actually stomped her foot like a toddler. You can't do this. Do what? Keep my own property? I made this place a home. You made it expensive. The U-Haul driver looked uncomfortable. Ma'am, are we loading anything? Yes. She looked around frantically. Realized she hadn't paid for anything. My clothes, my makeup. Already boxed by the door. Help yourself. She left with 3 boxes and shattered pride. Final update, 2 months later. The wedding date arrived with poetic timing. I'd moved into a nice 1-bedroom downtown. Smaller but mine. No throw pillows that cost more than groceries. No accent pieces that served no purpose. Was having coffee and scrolling LinkedIn when I saw it. Bianca had updated her employment. Marketing director at Prestige Partners LLC. Interesting. Googled it. Company registered last week. By her. She'd made herself a director of her own company. The fake it till you make it reached new heights. But the real entertainment came from Natasha's text. Natasha, you need to see this. Me. Check Bianca's stories. I'd been blocked everywhere, but Natasha sent screenshots. Bianca, in a wedding dress, at our venue, with no groom. She'd done a self-love photo shoot on our wedding date. At the venue I'd paid the deposit for. The captions, marrying myself because I'm that worth it. A queen doesn't need a king, celebrating independence and self-love. The comments were brutal. Girl, this is sad. Didn't you have a fiancé like last month? Ma'am, this is embarrassing. The venue you couldn't afford alone? But the best part? The photographer tagged the actual story. When your client can't pay the full amount, so you agree to exposure, but they have 3K followers and half are bots. Never again. The venue coordinator liked that comment. Meanwhile, I was at a sports bar with friends, watching the game, not thinking about what could have been. Because what could have been was a lifetime of funding someone who saw me as replaceable. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. Unknown, this was supposed to be our day. Who's this? You know who? Bianca, you're blocked for a reason. I'm at our venue, in our dress. Your venue, your dress, your debt. Don't you feel anything? Relief. You'll regret this, when you're old and alone. I'd rather be alone than replaceable. I didn't mean it like that. Yes, you did. You were supposed to fight for me. Why? You said you could have anyone. I chose you. And I chose self-respect. She sent 12 more messages, didn't read them, blocked that number too. Later that night, Natasha sent one more update. She got kicked out of the venue. Why? Couldn't pay the balance. Thought the deposit covered everything. It was 20%. She's now trying to sell the dress in the parking lot. That's... Wow, Spencer? Yeah? You dodged a nuclear missile. I know. 6 months later, I ran into her at a coffee shop. She was with some new guy, explaining how she was a director and had big plans, and her ex was intimidated by her success. New guy looked like he was mental calculating the bill. She saw me, froze. I waved, went back to my book. She left without ordering. Her Instagram bio now reads, CEO of Prestige Partners, entrepreneur, marrying myself daily. Last I heard, she moved back with her parents. Still posting about building empires and knowing your worth. Still hasn't figured out the difference between worth and cost. She said I was replaceable. Never forget that. I didn't forget. I took notes. Then I replaced myself with nothing and watched her realize that nothing was exactly what she had without me. Her jaw dropped when she saw me living perfectly fine without her. When she saw her replaceable assessment was projection. She was the replaceable one. Replaced herself right out of my life. Best wedding gift I never registered for. My girlfriend said, "You'll never find someone like me. I'm one of a kind." I replied, "You're right." Then I found her identical twin sister on a dating app who'd been estranged for years. Her family reunion became a nightmare when her sister explained why she left. Original post: I, 33 male, just experienced the most surreal month of my life. Still processing everything that went down, but I need to get this out somewhere. My girlfriend Jessica, 31, and I had been together for 2 years. Not gonna sugarcoat it, the relationship was rocky. She had this way of making everything about her. Every conversation, every decision, every plan revolved around what Jessica wanted. Classic narcissist behavior, but I was too deep in to see it clearly. 3 weeks ago, we had another fight. This time about me missing her friend's art show opening because I had to work late on a project deadline. She went nuclear. "You're pathetic, Brandon. You'll never find someone like me. I'm one of a kind. I'm the best thing that ever happened to your boring ass life." I looked at her, really looked at her. The smugness, the absolute certainty that I'd grovel like I always did. "You're right," I said calmly. "You are one of a kind." She smirked, thinking she'd won. I grabbed my jacket and left her apartment. That was it. No dramatic breakup speech, no begging, just done. Blocked her on everything that night. The next few days were rough, not gonna lie. 2 years is a long time, even in a toxic relationship. To distract myself, I re-downloaded Bumble. Wasn't really looking for anything serious, just needed to remind myself other women existed. Sunday morning, coffee in hand, swiping through profiles. Then I nearly dropped my phone. It was Jessica. But not Jessica. The profile said Amanda, 31. Same face, same green eyes, same distinctive birthmark near her left eyebrow, but different energy somehow. Her photos showed her rock climbing at what looked like medical conferences, casual shots with friends. The bio read, ER doctor, adventure seeker, been in town 6 months. No drama, no games, just looking for something real. My first thought, Jessica made a fake profile to test me. But the photos were too different, too natural. Different friend groups, different locations, some clearly taken years ago based on the image quality. I swiped right, matched instantly. Her first message, Brandon, this is going to sound weird, but do you know someone named Jessica? My heart stopped. I responded, this is gonna sound weirder, but I dated her for 2 years. Broke up last week. Amanda, holy sh*, she's my twin sister. We need to talk. Coffee tomorrow? Update 1. The coffee meeting met Amanda at a coffee shop downtown Monday afternoon. The resemblance was uncanny, but the differences were immediately obvious. Amanda carried herself differently. Confident but not arrogant, direct but not cruel. She was wearing scrubs, having come straight from a shift. So, she said, sitting down with her latte, you dated Jessica. For 2 years, yeah. You're really her twin? She pulled out her phone, showed me an old photo. 2 identical teenage girls, but even then you could see the difference. Jessica mugging for the camera, Amanda looking slightly uncomfortable. We haven't spoken in 7 years. Amanda said, I'm guessing she never mentioned me. Never. Not once. She told me she was an only child. Amanda laughed bitterly. Of course she did. That's very Jessica. Rewrite history to suit her narrative. Why the estrangement? Amanda was quiet for a moment. How much do you know about Jessica's past? Her relationships? Her patterns? I know she's narcissistic, manipulative, always the victim. Found that out the hard way. Then you got off easier than most. Can I ask what made you finally leave? I told her about the fight, the one-of-a-kind comment. Amanda actually snorted her coffee. One of a kind? We're literally identical twins. The delusion is strong with that one. We talked for 3 hours. Amanda told me she was an ER doctor, moved here 6 months ago for a fellowship. She deliberately picked this city because she thought Jessica lived on the other coast. Turned out Jessica had moved here a year ago and never updated social media. I joined dating apps recently, Amanda said. Been so focused on work, figured I should try to have a life. Then I see your profile and think, this guy looks familiar. Checked your Instagram, set to public by the way, and saw old photos with Jessica. Small world getting smaller. This is insane, I said. Why haven't you talked to your twin in 7 years? Amanda's expression darkened. That's a longer story, one that involves lawyers, restraining orders, and our parents choosing sides. You free for dinner tomorrow? If you really want to know what you were dealing with, I'll tell you. But Brandon, it's not a fun story. Update 2. The truth about Jessica. Tuesday night, dinner at a quiet Thai place. Amanda looked exhausted. 12-hour shift, but she'd insisted on meeting. Before I tell you this, she started, I need to know, are you really done with Jessica? Because if there's any chance you'll go back. I'm done. Blocked on everything. 2 years of manipulation was enough. She nodded. Okay. So, growing up, Jessica and I were inseparable. Identical twins, best friends, did everything together. But around high school, she started changing. Became obsessed with being special, with standing out. Hated that I existed, that there was another person who looked exactly like her. That must have been rough. It got worse. She started sabotaging me, told guys I liked that I had STDs, submitted withdrawal letters to colleges I got into. Small stuff at first, then bigger. The final straw came 7 years ago. She took a deep breath. I was engaged. David, sweet guy, pediatric surgeon. Jessica had just broken up with someone and was living with me temporarily. One night, I had a night shift, came home early with a migraine, found her in bed with David. Jesus. It gets worse. She'd been pretending to be me. For weeks. Meeting him for lunches when I was at work, texting him from a spoofed number. He thought he'd been sleeping with me the whole time. The look on his face when he realized there were 2 of us. That's insane. David broke off the engagement, couldn't handle the betrayal, the confusion, the whole twin thing. I lost my fiancée, my sister, and had to transfer residency programs to get away from the drama. Jessica told everyone I was lying, that I was jealous of her, that I was the one who seduced David pretending to be her. And your parents? Believed her. She was always better at manipulation. I was the difficult one for refusing to forgive her, for getting lawyers involved. Haven't spoken to them since either. We sat in silence for a moment. Brandon, I need to ask you something, and please don't take this the wrong way. You seem like a nice guy, and you're attractive, but I matched with you because I recognized you. Not because I want to date my sister's ex. That would be weird as hell? Exactly. No offense taken, this whole situation is bizarre enough without adding that layer. Good, but I have a proposition. Jessica doesn't know I'm in town. As far as she knows, I'm still on the other coast. She also doesn't know you know I exist. What are you thinking? My parents are having their 35th anniversary party next month. Big deal, country club, the works. Jessica will definitely be there, probably with some new victim. They sent me an invitation. Mom's been trying to reconcile, not that I'm interested. But what if I went? And what if I brought a +1 who happened to be Jessica's ex? I stared at her. That's diabolical. 7 years of therapy have taught me I need closure. And maybe a little petty revenge. You in? When's the party? Update 3. The preparation. Over the next 3 weeks, Amanda and I became friends. Actual friends, which was weird but also kind of nice. She'd text me ridiculous stories from the ER. I'd send her memes about terrible coffee. We grabbed lunch twice when our schedules aligned. She also filled me in on more Jessica stories. The pattern was always the same. Jessica would find someone she perceived as competition or a threat, then systematically destroy them while playing victim. Friends, boyfriends, coworkers, anyone who might overshadow her. The therapist called it malignant narcissism with antisocial features. Amanda explained over beers one night. Basically, she's a narcissist who actively enjoys hurting people. And I dated her for 2 years. Don't beat yourself up. She's very good at what she does. Probably love-bombed you at first, right? Made you feel like the most special person in the world. Exactly that. First 6 months were amazing. Then the mask started slipping. Classic. Meanwhile, Jessica had been trying to contact me through mutual friends. The messages were predictable. Tell Brandon I miss him. He's making a huge mistake. Nobody will ever love him like I do. He'll come crawling back. Our mutual friend Tony showed me the texts. Dude, she's losing it. Keeps saying you'll never find anyone like her. She's right, I said. Thank God for that. The week before the party, Amanda went shopping for a dress. Sent me photos from the dressing room. Which one's successful doctor who's totally over family drama better? The Navy one. You look like a boss in that. Perfect. You still sure about this? Are you? I haven't seen my parents in 7 years. Jessica stole my fiancé, my family, my peace of mind. So yeah, I'm sure. Plus, I want to see her face when she realizes I exist in her perfect little world again. Then I'm in. Friday before the party, Amanda called me, panicked. Jessica knows you're coming. What? How? My mom. She called Jessica to warn her that I was bringing a +1 trying to avoid drama. Jessica asked who. Mom didn't know your name, but described you from your Instagram that she stalked. Jessica put it together. So she knows we know each other? No. That's the thing. She thinks you're dating someone else and coming to rub it in her face. She told Mom she's bringing her new boyfriend to show you what you're missing. This is getting better and better. Brandon, she might make a scene. When has Jessica ever not made a scene? Fair point. Update 4. The anniversary party, Saturday night. I picked Amanda up at her apartment. She looked stunning in the navy dress, but I could see the anxiety in her eyes. 7 years, she muttered. 7 years since I've seen any of them. We can leave any time you want. Just say the word. No, I need this. Let's go. The country club was exactly what you'd expect. Valet parking, string quartet, champagne fountains. Amanda's hand was shaking slightly as we walked in. We saw her parents first. The look on their faces when they saw Amanda was something else. Her mom started crying immediately. Her dad just stood there frozen. Amanda? You actually came? Hello, Mom, Dad. This is Brandon. The recognition in their eyes when they saw me was instant. They knew exactly who I was. You're Jessica's ex-boyfriend. Yes, small world. The conversation was stilted, awkward. 7 years of estrangement doesn't just disappear. Amanda was polite but cold. I could see the hurt in her parents' eyes, but also something else. Guilt, maybe? Then we heard it. That laugh. That fake, tinkling laugh Jessica did when she was performing for an audience. She walked in on the arm of some guy in his 40s wearing a Rolex that screamed midlife crisis. When she saw me, her smile froze. When she saw who I was with, the color drained from her face. No, she whispered. Then louder, no, you can't be here. You're not supposed to be here. Hello, Jessica, Amanda said calmly. Long time no see. You planned this. You're trying to steal him from me. Steal who? Amanda asked. Brandon? Your ex-boyfriend who you told would never find anyone like you? Turns out he didn't have to look far. Identical twins, remember? You bitter bitch, you've always been jealous of me. Jealous? Amanda laughed. Of what? Your inability to maintain relationships? Your narcissistic personality disorder? Your criminal record for identity theft? Wait, criminal record? Jessica's new boyfriend looked confused. Babe, what's going on? Who is this? I'm her twin sister, the one she pretends doesn't exist. Did she tell you she's an only child? That's her favorite lie. The room had gone quiet. Everyone was staring. Jessica turned to her parents. Make her leave. This is harassment. She's ruining everything like she always does. Her father spoke for the first time since we'd arrived. Jessica, stop. What? Just stop. We know what you did to David. Amanda sent us the security footage from her apartment building 3 months ago. We know you were pretending to be her. The silence was deafening. You knew? We've known for months. We invited Amanda here to apologize, to try to make things right. We chose wrong 7 years ago. Jessica's face contorted with rage. You're taking her side after everything I've done for you? What have you done for us, Jessica? Her mother asked quietly. Besides lie to us, manipulate us, and destroy your sister's life. I'm your daughter. So is Amanda, and we failed her. We're not making that mistake again. Jessica turned on me. This is your fault. You turned them against me. You and that bitch sister of mine. Actually, I said, I didn't do anything. Neither did Amanda. You did this to yourself. We're leaving, Jessica announced to her date. Now. The guy looked bewildered but followed her. At the door, she turned back. You'll regret this. All of you. Especially you, Brandon. You think you've won something? She's damaged goods. Broken. That's why David left her. Amanda stepped forward. David left because you traumatized him by pretending to be me. But you know what? I'm grateful, because it showed me who you really are, and it got you out of my life. You'll die alone, Jessica spit. Maybe, but at least I'll die as myself, not pretending to be someone else. Jessica stormed out. The party gradually resumed, though the energy never quite recovered. Update 5. The aftermath. Amanda's parents spent the rest of the party trying to reconnect with her. She was polite but firm. 7 years of abandonment wouldn't be fixed with one conversation. They exchanged numbers, agreed to maybe get coffee sometime. Baby steps. In the car afterward, Amanda broke down. Full sobbing, years of pain finally released. I needed that, she said between tears. I needed them to see who she really was. Are you okay? I will be. For the first time in 7 years, I think I will be. We went back to her place, ordered pizza, and debriefed. Around midnight, my phone started buzzing. Jessica had found a way around the block, using different numbers. You ruined my life. My parents hate me because of you. Amanda is using you to get back at me. You'll pay for this. We belong together. 17 messages in total. I screenshot them all, then blocked the new numbers. Amanda looked at them and shook her head. She'll escalate. She always does when she loses control. She was right. Monday morning, I got a call from my workplace. Someone had called in a complaint about me, claiming I was harassing and stalking my ex-girlfriend. Fortunately, my boss knew me well enough to be skeptical. I showed him the texts from Jessica, explained the situation. He documented everything and dismissed the complaint. Tuesday, Amanda called me. Jessica had shown up at the hospital where she worked, making a scene, claiming Amanda had stolen her boyfriend. Security had to escort her out. Amanda filed for a restraining order. Wednesday, the real extinction burst hit. Jessica went on social media with a massive post about how her evil twin sister had seduced her boyfriend and turned her family against her. She included old photos of her and me, photos she'd apparently taken of Amanda and me at the party without us noticing, and a whole fiction about Amanda's history of stealing her boyfriends. The response wasn't what she expected. Comments poured in. Wait, you have a twin? You told me you were an only child. Jessica, this is unhinged. Get help. Team Amanda, honestly, didn't you tell me your sister was dead? The best comment came from David, the ex-fiancé. For anyone wondering, Jessica pretended to be Amanda to sleep with me 7 years ago. She's a pathological liar and a predator. Believe nothing she says. Jessica deleted the post within hours, but screenshots were already circulating. Final update. It's been 2 months now since the anniversary party. Here's where everyone stands. Jessica lost her job after the hospital incident made it back to her employer. She worked in pharmaceutical sales, and they have a zero-tolerance policy for harassment. Last I heard, she'd moved back in with her parents, who are insisting on therapy as a condition of support. She's blocked on everything. The restraining order is in place, and I haven't heard from her in 3 weeks. Amanda and her parents are slowly rebuilding. They meet for coffee once a week, sometimes dinner. It's not perfect, but it's progress. Her mom sent her a long letter apologizing for choosing Jessica 7 years ago, for not seeing the truth. Amanda let me read it. It was heartbreaking but necessary. As for Amanda and me, we're friends. Actual, genuine friends. There's no romantic element, that would be too weird for both of us. But we grab drinks sometimes, text about random stuff, and she's actually become part of my friend group. Tony met her at trivia night and said, it's like Jessica, but a human being instead of a demon. Not wrong. I started dating someone new last month. A teacher named Rachel who's nothing like Jessica or Amanda. Brunette, introverted, loves horror movies and foster dogs. When I told her the whole twin saga on our 3rd date, she laughed so hard she nearly choked on her wine. So you literally found someone exactly like your ex, but better? Technically, yeah. That's the ultimate upgrade. Amanda met Rachel last week. Approved immediately. She's nothing like us twins, she said. Keep this one. Jessica was wrong about one thing. She's not one of a kind. There's literally an identical copy of her out there, one who became a successful doctor instead of a manipulative nightmare. But she was right about another thing. I'll never find someone like her again. Thank God for that. The most satisfying part? Jessica's complete implosion was entirely self-inflicted. We didn't scheme against her or plan some elaborate revenge. We just showed up and let her reveal herself. Her parents saw through her lies, her new boyfriend bailed, her job fired her, and she's now forced into therapy, all because she couldn't handle the existence of the twin sister she'd tried to erase. Amanda said it best over drinks last week. You know what the difference between us is? I spent 7 years in therapy learning to be a better person after what she did to me. She spent 7 years pretending I didn't exist. Guess which strategy worked out better? To anyone dealing with a narcissist, they always think they're one of a kind, irreplaceable, the best you'll ever have. They're wrong. There's always someone better out there. Sometimes they even look exactly the same, but with an actual soul. Thanks for reading this insane saga. Still can't believe it actually happened. Edit: since some people asked, yes, Amanda kept the restraining order footage from her apartment building for 7 years. She says she knew someday she'd need proof. ER doctors are apparently very good at documentation. Edit 2. For those asking if Amanda and I will ever date, absolutely not. We've discussed it. The trauma bond plus the identical appearance to my ex would be unhealthy for both of us. We're better as friends who survived Hurricane Jessica together. Edit 3. Jessica's new boyfriend reached out through LinkedIn to apologize for the party scene and to thank me for inadvertently showing him who she really was. Apparently, she'd told him she was an orphan. The twin reveal broke his brain a little.